With the Blumhouse trilogy not even being a decade old, it has the fewest number of releases on physical media in the Halloween franchise. So today, I want to make a video chronicling all the releases from 2018 to ends. Hey, what is up everybody? Nick here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy on physical media. Now, I got a comment on my most recent video about John Carpenter's Halloween asking me if I was just going to do this as one video, and I said that was the plan, because I had thought about that for the last couple weeks when chronicling each movie. I was like, I can't really dedicate an entire video to 2018 or kills or ends because there's only a handful of releases for each one. So I grabbed all of the releases I have for each of those movies, and I'm going to cover the ones I don't have. So the first batch of releases on physical media for this trilogy was in 2019 with Halloween. Now you could get this one, the Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, the 4K, or just a standalone DVD. They all had the same artwork, they all had the same special features. There was nothing that you were missing except better audio and video quality, but that's it. This is a solid release. I never felt the need to get the 4K for this one, and I'm not entirely sure why, at least the 4K standalone, because I felt like I had everything I needed on here. I've got a slipcover, you know, I'm a fan of the slipcovers, you guys know that. You can take a look at these special features. There's actually some cool ones on here, some making ofs, and that was really cool. Now, it's kind of a bummer that there's absolutely no disc art on here. It literally just says Halloween, but I've also got in here all 3 of my movie tickets for when I went and saw it 3 times in theaters, starting with the Thursday premiere. Yes, this is one I saw 3 times in theaters because I was disappointed from the jump and I wanted to see if it would improve upon rewatches. It did a little bit, but I'm still not a massive fan of this movie. But this release is fine. It's not incredible. It's not bad. If this is the one you have, you don't necessarily need to upgrade. And you would get 2 steelbooks for Halloween 2018. The first is the Best Buy exclusive. Now, a lot of people got this in its initial run. I did not get it. Why? Because I just didn't like the artwork. I thought it looked really corny. I know that might be a minor nitpick, but honestly, I'm kind of picky about my steelbooks, and I just did not like the presentation of this one at all. But a second steelbook would be released, and that was the McFarlane steelbook, and I did pick this one up. Now, I can't remember if this was a Best Buy exclusive, but I want to say it was an exclusive to Best Buy or FYE. All I remembered, though, was that it was the Todd McFarlane artwork that he drew, and I actually really dug this one. Because one of my favorite things about Halloween 2018 is the mask. I love that weathered-looking mask. It's the same reason I love Rob Zombie's Halloween's mask. I just think it makes sense. If you collect masks, and I don't, but I have had a few over the years, after a couple decades, those things really start to not hold up so well. But this is great. It's like a matte black finish, which I love that. And then right here you get these 2 shots, and then you've got the Blu-ray and then the 4K. And I'm fairly certain that this 4K disc is the exact same disc from the other steelbook. I could be wrong, but I think it is because it has the same artwork as that steelbook, which I just don't really like that artwork. But this looks great. It looks great in 4K, sounds great. I love the presentation of this thing. I'm, again, a big sucker for steelbooks. This is the one I got. Didn't get the other one, but if you want to track down a Halloween 2018 steelbook, I'd recommend the McFarlane. Now, Halloween 2018 has gotten a couple different releases over the years since then. We had the glow-in-the-dark slipcover DVDs that I've talked about in previous videos with Halloween 2 from 1981. This one got that treatment as well. Those were Walmart exclusives. It was just the Universal DVD. There was just that glow-in-the-dark slipcover. I never got it. I saw it multiple times at Walmart, and I was like, that glow-in-the-dark slipcover is not enough for me to buy it. But it was cool, I guess. And then you would also get the Halloween 2 movie collection on Blu-ray, which is Halloween and Halloween 2018. Now, this I actually got sent to me from my buddy Rudy. I didn't buy this. I only saw this out in the wild like 1 time, I think. And with this release, you're just getting the same exact presentation and special features on 2018 as you did on the standalone releases in 2019. And then Halloween 1978 is actually the 35th anniversary transfer and special features, which is my preferred viewing of that movie. So this is actually pretty solid. If you don't have this and you want to get it, I'd say pick it up because I think the presentation of both movies looks cool, and I don't know, I like that artwork. Then in January of 2022, we would get the first physical release for Halloween Kills. And just like Halloween 2018, you got this thing on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. Now, I got the 4K of this one because it was marketed as like the extended cut, but by the time this came out, I had upgraded to a 4K player, so I said, well, I want to get the 4K. And this actually looks really freaking good too. Now again, like with 2018, it's not hard for it to because these movies came out just a couple years ago, but I really dig the presentation of this one. I also loved the fact that we got the alternate ending and like the extended cut entirely of this movie. The extended cut has one of my favorite scenes in the Blumhouse trilogy. I don't know why it didn't make it into the theatrical of Halloween Kills. It had to have been for runtime. But Michael disappears behind a hedge again, like a bush, and it's this like long, drawn-out, suspenseful sequence with Lonnie Elam, and I loved that. And I don't know why that wasn't in the movie, but it's a great scene. The alternate ending, with where they went with Halloween Ends, I understand why they changed the ending for this one. It was a little overdramatic and a little over the top, but it's still cool to see nonetheless. Now, there's a lot of special features on here as well. Universal usually does a pretty good job with that. So just like 2018, you get some making ofs, behind the scenes stuff. That's always really cool. Obviously, a slipcover. And then on the inside here, we've got, oh my goodness, look what I just found. The Blu-ray disc and the 4K disc and Nick's tickets for when he went and saw Halloween Kills twice. Now, Halloween Kills would also get 2 steelbooks, both of them Best Buy exclusives. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you about the first one. I didn't have any issues with this one. I just missed out. I don't think I had the money at the time to pre-order it. I can't remember what was going on in my life at that time. Oh yeah, that was right after my separation, so that probably makes sense. So I didn't get that. But my buddy Rudy, again, one of my great friends, dear friends, love him. He has sent me so many great things. He was like, hey, I want to send you the alternate steelbook. This was like a year later. And this was the alternate steelbook from Best Buy. The other one, as I showed pictures of, you guys can tell the differences. The artwork is largely the same. It's just the color scheme that's mixed up here. And look, I'm happy and super appreciative that this is the one I got because I much prefer this one. I just love the red. I think it just fits Halloween Kills. So again, shout out to you, Rudy. I really appreciate it. This is a great steelbook. And again, I'm not saying anything negative about the other steelbook. I liked it. I liked the design and everything. I just didn't get it in time. And then in here, you've got the Blu-ray and the 4K disc as well. And I would say personally, this is the peak for standalone releases of Halloween Kills. Now, there are bundle releases we'll talk about in a few, but if you're just going to get one by itself, I would say getting the red alternate artwork steelbook is the way to go. And then in December of 2022, we would get the first physical release for Halloween Ends. Now, this is the Blu-ray and DVD. Now, this one I don't have the 4K of because this one was sent to me. I believe this was gifted to me by my buddy Justin. Shout out to you, Justin. Justin had asked me if I was going to buy this, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. And he's like, I'll send you one. And I said, oh, cool. You know, save me the money, whatever. And I just never went out and got the standalone 4K. Just like the other two, you get special features of like making ofs and behind the scenes stuff on here, though I will say this one I think gets the least amount of special features. And I was really bummed by that. But you can always draw a through line oftentimes to releases not getting a ton of special features if they kind of underperformed. Halloween Ends made $100 million, but it opened big and dropped like a rock, and it pissed off half of the fan base. So I understand why they weren't like, we need to give this the greatest physical release ever. But I really like this slipcover, really like this artwork. And then on the inside here, we've got the DVD and the Blu-ray, as well as my ticket when I went and saw it. And I only saw this one once because I was like, I'm going to support the box office for this one. I'm not going to do the Peacock thing. Same thing with Kills. I was like, I'm not going to do the Peacock thing. So I watched it opening night in theaters and then watched it on Peacock from that point forward. That way they did get my money at least the first time. Then you would get the first bundle release of all three in 2022, and that was the Halloween Trilogy collection. Now, this was the 3 movies on Blu-ray. I saw this at Walmart all the time, but I never got it because I knew, and everybody in this space talked about, they are eventually going to come out with an entire set, like steelbooks, individual releases. Hold your horses on it. So I held my horses on it, and lo and behold, we get the Halloween Trilogy Steelbook Collection. This was a Best Buy exclusive. Now, I've made a video chronicling like my history with this, how I got it and everything like that, and I just have to shout out my buddy Chris Cullen again, because he had 2 of these, and he was like, hey man, I know you said that you couldn't get it in its initial run. I want to send you my extra. And I about fell over because I freaking love this thing. Now, this is all three of them, and they're all individually packaged. Halloween 2018, which love the artwork on this one. I'm pretty sure I like the artwork on all of them, but I guess we're about to find out because I'm going to be reminded. Halloween Kills. Yep, love the artwork on that one too. So no issues there. And then Halloween Ends. Sewer Myers. Master Splinter. Love this set. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. All the films look great in 4K. The fact that it is housed individually, you know how I am about that. I'm really, really big on that. They're housed individually with like nice thick foam between them, so they're never going to rub up against each other. And on top of that, though, it is in a steelbook box as well, like an individual case that is steel. That's awesome. That's incredible. Look, if you don't have this thing, guys, the resale on this is not cheap, obviously. That's why I was like, well, I'm just coming to terms with the fact that I'm never going to get it. So thankfully, this was sent to me. Honestly, one of the biggest perks of being a YouTuber and talking to you guys is so many people wanting to send me stuff. And it means a lot to me because I'm so happy to have my hands on this thing. And then last year, Walmart actually put out a Trilogy steelbook set of Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I didn't even know about this until doing research for this video. And I think the reason I didn't know about this is because I've been so over the moon about this and so happy that I got this. I didn't ever feel the need to want to go out and get that. I just didn't need it. But in looking at it, I actually like the artwork on this thing. I think it's pretty cool. I would assume the transfers are probably largely the same and there's no additional special features. So I don't know. If any of you guys have it, comment down below. Let me know what you think of that set and tell me whether or not you think I should buy it. So that's the physical media release history for Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. There might have been some one-off releases here and there or repressings, but like I covered the main ones that everybody knows about, or maybe there was one or two I told you that you didn't know about. Now, naturally, the next batch we're probably going to get is another box set for the entire franchise, including those 3 movies. I wouldn't be surprised to see that in the next 5 years or so. I just think it makes a lot of sense. You want my opinion? It should be a steelbook set of all the movies, but I digress. I want to know what you guys think of these editions. Do you own them? Do you not own them? Did I show one that you want to own? Did I show one that you hate? Aside from Halloween Ends, because I know a lot of you don't like that movie. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of these releases. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.